Welcome, guys, to the 37th episode of the Dapper Gaming Podcast for November 3rd. With me, as always, Tyler.
What's up?
Not much. And special guest, Badman from Badman Reviews, aka
Hello.
Joe. We're probably just going to call you Joe.
I'm fine with that.
Good. Because we've had some crazy names on this podcast.
I can
Specifically,
imagine.
Scarfulu. Like, that's a weird
Aw,
name.
I love Scarfulu.
Yeah, but I'm not pronouncing that for an hour and a half. Not again. His new name can be Gary. It's not actually his name, but
Just
I'm
like
calling him
Gary,
next time.
Yeah,
See how well that goes.
He might not come back.
Might blow up your mind.
He might wreck my face. Who knows? So, Halloween was on Thursday?
Yep.
Okay. It's been a long week. So, Halloween was on Thursday. What did you guys do for Halloween?
I studied. Yeah, I had a test really Friday morning, so I just studied.
Fun.
Yeah, it sucked, but I did well on it, so it paid off.
I didn't do anything really. I think I worked on a script, but I didn't really. I had my Halloween party on Friday, which was a little weird. Plans fell through on Thursday, so we moved it to Friday.
I know a lot of people that did that this year.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Friday's
went
the
to-
weekend, anyways.
right.
I went to Halloween parties on Friday before Halloween and the Friday after Halloween and the Saturday before and after and the Thursday.
Lots
So-
of Halloween.
So that was a lot of Halloween. I didn't dress up for any of those parties.
Neither did I. It was
I did
funny.
for the-
For the party that we went to, no one dressed up except for one guy. He came in as Wolverine. He was like, no one dressed up? He's pretty upset.
Yeah, it ceases to be a Halloween party at that point. I mean, like,
Yeah.
what's even the point? I'm gonna totally be set for next year, because my friend and I were at the mall, like, yesterday, and we were walking by this store, and they sold really cheap, shitty onesies that were themed after animals. Like, they were just bad kigurumis. And he's like, I want to buy one. I was like, no, you don't, man. And then I showed him, like, all of the crazy kigurumis on the internet. And now, him, his girlfriend, and I have all bought kigurumis. And we're going to wear that. So I'm just going to wear that. I'm just going to be dressed as a dinosaur in a onesie dinosaur outfit every Halloween now. Now I don't need to go buy a new white t-shirt every year and cover it in blood and pretend like I'm Andrew WK.
You're set for life, man.
I'm totally good to go. The only problem is that they don't make kigurumis in adult male sizes. So like,
So it's like super tiny on you?
well, the Monster Hunter one that I wanted is only for people up to 5'8", and I'm 6'1", so I'm like, I can't buy that one. Because, like, it just would not fit. Like, it would be up to, like, my knees. But
What's wrong with that? Not like you look weird or anything.
I wouldn't look, like, weird with my limbs dangling way out of it. Like, basically just having, like, a onesie that is, like, a t-shirt and shorts. But I managed to find one that's for people who are like 5'10", so it's just gonna be like weirdly short in the leg area.
Whatever.
Better just hope you don't grow anymore.
Oh, I'm done growing. I haven't grown in forever, so.
Forever.
That's a long time.
Yes, I was born 6'1", and that was it. So, I guess what we'll start off with is not what we start off with every week. Instead, we're going to ask Joe some questions.
Oh no.
So, I think the first question is platform of choice. What do you play on?
Oh wow, it's weird because I've recently switched. I used to be a huge Xbox guy, Xbox all the way. Um, Recently switched to more PC, and thinking of getting a PS4. I don't have money though. That's the problem.
Well, that sort of answers the second question, which was what console were you gonna go with for the next gen? Was it gonna be
Definitely
PS?
PS4.
Yeah,
I
definitely
don't
PS4.
I don't like anything that they're doing with the Xbox One. Thinking of a Wii U, but I'm not 100% on that one.
I've got a Wii U. It's fucking awesome because it's got
It's
Monster Hunter.
I've
And that's
never
it.
been a big fan of Monster Hunter, but that's probably because I'm bad at it and I had no one to teach me.
You have to like. It's a lot like MOBAs in that it's one of those games where you spend a lot of time reading about it
Yeah.
before you play it. Like, there's a lot of not in-game learning.
I picked up like the demo for the PSP game and I played it and I had to fight one of the monsters. Got to the monster, completely got raped, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, the demos are always not particularly great because they drop you in against like a second tier or third tier monster that normally you have 3 hours of gameplay before you get to, but that first 3 hours is really boring and awful. So it's like, that's a hard game to make a demo for because you have to compress like the 3 hours of learning into a minute and then drop them in against something that's not like trivial.
Yeah, it didn't work out too well. It didn't make me want to buy the game.
It's really fun with time. It's like my favorite game. It's not my favorite game, but it's my favorite game series.
I watched like all of Pro Jared's videos on it, and I'm like, I should really give this game a try. It looks pretty sweet.
It's out on 3DS, and it's not awful if you have a Circle Pad,
Yeah.
like a Circle Pad Pro or whatever, because then you can actually use the camera. Otherwise, it's horrendous. Because that game is so like you need 2 joysticks for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much is the Circle Pad Pro?
I don't know. If you have a 3DS, I think that version's like $30 or something.
That's not
But
too bad.
the 3DS XL one costs more, and I think you have to import it.
Damn it.
Because I'm pretty sure it's a Japan only item, but I think you can actually get it now through like the Nintendo America like refurbished store.
Oh.
But it's not like a refurbished Circle Pad Pro for a 3DS XL. It's just like the only way to get one. They're like
That's
$40 or
weird.
something. Like no one has them. It's like a weird Japan only peripheral, or it's just like hidden away. It's super frustrating. It's one of the reasons why I haven't caved and bought like a 3DS XL yet. I'm like real close to it.
That's the one that I got.
I think I'm gonna wait until they get the Zelda one out next month.
I can't. I'm so excited for that game.
That game looks really good.
It does. I was a little upset when I heard that the rumors of that being like one of the pay games. Where you, yeah, where you like pay in-game money to get shit.
Oh.
I forget the name for it.
Microtransactions?
Yeah, I heard that there's going to be microtransactions in it, but then they were like, no, that's not happening.
No, it's that you get the equipment in the game instead of like going in Zelda games. Like generally, you go into a dungeon and then they give you a piece of equipment, and then you go do that dungeon. But in this, you get that equipment by buying it with like rupees outside, like from a merchant.
Like I knew that, but like there was a recent rumor that like you could pay money, like real money, to get like rupees in game or like extra items in game to help you win.
That's silly.
But then Nintendo came out and they're like, no, that's not happening. And I was like, thank God.
They haven't. There's a pre-order bonus that is like UK only. That's actually kind of cool. I'm really disappointed.
What is it?
It's like a little chest, and when you open it, it like plays the music. Like the chest opening music.
Wait, like real life chest?
Yeah. Well, it's like 2 inches tall and like 3 inches wide.
That's
it just has like a speaker in it, and you open it, and it plays the music, and a light shines out of it. And just
Why don't we get
damn
this
it, Nintendo!
Why aren't you nice to us for once?
Yeah, I know. It's like they don't like North America. Europe and like Japan have the coolest Club Nintendo rewards. We don't get shit.
That Club Nintendo thing. I have like the points to get something, but every time something comes up, I'm like, I don't really want that.
They
Like
just
every month.
released charging docks yesterday for the
What's that?
3DS XL.
Super
It's like
fancy.
it's just like a pad that you like put your 3DS XL on and it charges it.
Oh,
And they're like
That's cool.
colored.
hmm.
So you don't need the cord. I don't know. It just looks nicer like putting it on a dock than it does
Yeah.
like plugging it in and leaving it on a table. Like you just
But
leave
does-
the dock there all the time.
Now the question is, does the dock have a cable coming out of it?
Yeah, but you can kind of like hide it behind like a table or something. I mean,
I guess.
like that's what. Like I don't to charge like my gamepad for my Wii U. I don't like just plug in the cable into the gamepad and then like leave it on the table. Like there's a dock
Yeah.
and you like put it on it and it looks nice.
For me, I have my Kid Icarus like plate thing that you put the DS on to play the game. I just have that sitting on like the corner of my table. I just sit my 3DS on that, plug it in. It works pretty well.
So, what's your favorite game?
Legend of
Easiest
Zelda
question.
and Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Definitely.
That's a good choice. I think of everyone's like choices of Zeldas, like Majora's Mask is so consistently their favorite.
Really?
Yeah, I think more so than Ocarina of Time. Like at least in people that I talk to like really frequently that I like go to university with or have worked with or talk
Yeah.
to on the internet. They all prefer Majora's Mask.
Yeah, I think
Most-
that's the same here.
Most of the people I know, they're like either Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, or Wind Waker. Those are the three that I hear the most.
Not
I'm
Skyward
surpri-
Sword. No one's favorite is Skyward Sword.
No, no one's favorite Skyward Sword. I don't actually
They're
mind
missing
that
out,
game,
man.
but I don't mind that game. I didn't think it was that bad after you
just
got
not
past the first 5 hours.
It's also just not that good.
Yeah. My problem with that game was Faye was more annoying than Navi somehow, which was just I didn't even know that was possible.
So Tyler, you got any questions?
What do you play on PC?
What do I play on PC? I recently finished the Stanley Parable, which was an amazing game. I used to be into League of Legends a little bit, but
Okay.
I quickly got out of that. I
Should
It's
play
mostly
Dota
just-
2 like a man.
I got the beta for that. Never touched it. I don't know. I guess MOBAs just aren't my thing. I've
Yeah.
recently just been playing a lot of the indie stuff that's been coming out. I recently beat VVV.
Oh man, you
What
beat
else was
that?
there? Cave Story. A bunch, like just a bunch of games.
How
Bunch
does
of
one
games.
beat VVVVVV?
You get to
'Cause-
the end.
Because that game's really hard.
It was pretty hard. One of my friends, that's like his favorite game, and he just plays it like nonstop. And some of like the time records that like, because there's like the time trials in the game later on once you beat it, and some of like the records I've seen him get are just ridiculous. They're like speed run worthy. I'm like, how do you do that?
And then you like check on the global scoreboard and like, damn it. Not even close.
You're like 20 minutes off from the best record.
Yeah.
The guy in first somehow has like 0.4 milliseconds to beat the whole game.
I felt really good about when I was doing a review for Bit Trip Runner 2, and I felt really good because Northern Lion was like always one level ahead of me, and I would always
Yeah.
beat him to take the number one like global score, and then like I just put that like the scoreboards over and over and over again in the review, just like fuck you, number one,
That's
and
beautiful.
then no one watched it, but I don't care. There's video proof of me on the internet being number one in the world at a game. before people
That's-
were playing it. I'm not even close to number one on anything anymore. I don't think I've played that game much since my review, but it's still super good.
It is. I haven't beaten it, but I have played a bit of it. I got to like World 2 or something.
It gets better when you get to like World 3 and all of the mechanics are there.
I have issues with being like a completionist kind of guy. So I got to World 2 and I was like playing on hard mode trying to get like checks on everything.
Yeah. And you're like
And
skipping the checkpoint because you're like, I need points. And
Yep.
then you die and you're like, damn it, I have to do 4 minutes over again instead of 30 seconds.
I know. That was the problem that I was having.
Yeah, I felt like that for maybe 30 minutes, and then it got like a little challenging, and I was like, I need to get this game beat today so I can review it, and then I was just like, nope, no longer am I doing this, and then I just started tearing through the game as quickly as I could.
I have trouble doing that. I think the only game that I played it like that was Super Meat Boy.
Oh, that game's so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I beat it, but made me want to cry.
You said that you played the Stanley Parable this week.
Yes.
I also played the Stanley Parable this week. Game's super cool.
It hurt my brain at points.
It's like barely a game, but it's a really unique experience. It's like what Dear Esther actually wanted to be.
Yeah, pretty much. It was glorious. I'm glad I was able to play it.
Yeah, I mean it's super short. It took like 3 hours to get everything, except for
Yeah.
the like impossible achievement that
Yeah,
no
what
one
was-
knows how to get yet.
Yeah, there's the one where it's the baby game, like you seen the
Yeah.
baby game.
I got
Did
there.
you got that one?
I put in a console command so that I could play it in like 5 minutes,
Oh, that's
rather than
4
sit there for
hours.
4 hours.
That's cheating.
You get the gist after 5 minutes.
No one knows what the impossible achievement's for?
They understand what it's for. Okay, whoa, huge spoiler alert, everyone. I'm gonna
Oh, no.
spoil the Stanley Parable. If you don't want to listen to me spoil this, skip ahead. I don't know. I'll leave my finger up. And I'll drink this beer.
That works well.
When I drink the beer again, I'll be done spoiling it. Actually, I'm gonna drink it again right now, and then the one after that. If this is the audio version of the podcast, you're fucked. Just deal with it. So, one of the possible endings for the Stanley Parable is that you get locked in that room. When you get to the end, you have to turn off the mind control machine.
Yeah.
If you decide to turn it back on, then you get locked in a room with a countdown timer. And
Yeah.
then you die from a nuclear explosion. The impossible achievement is for surviving that nuclear explosion. And no one knows how to survive it yet. But there's like a
That's-
bunch of clues. Like, the most obvious thing is that there's like a code that you type in because there's all those buttons around the room that are numbered.
Yeah.
But they don't do anything. At least not that anyone knows of. As well, there's the colored buttons. They don't seem to do anything. But there's like a trap door that looks like it can open, but no one knows how to open it yet. And then there's another door that also looks like it can open, but no one knows how to open it yet. And so no one's figured out how to get the impossible achievement. But
I'm surprised no one's hacked it yet and figured that out.
there's one way that you can get the impossible achievement that isn't really fair. And what it maybe is what the developers intended, but I would be really surprised. And it's that the game is built on the Portal 2 engine. And
Yeah.
so in the console commands, using developer commands, you can place portals. So you can place a portal outside of the map and then place a portal when you're like in the office, and then place a portal like at the nuclear explosion, then just go through the portal.
Oh, that would be a little upsetting if that was true, but it'd be kind of awesome if it was true in the same way.
Yeah, but like that's so weird. Like The achievement might just be impossible. And that might just be the way that it is. Which would be a real dick move.
Just always have one achievement you can't get.
Yeah. Okay, spoiler over. Fingers down, I'm drinking
Drink
beer.
that beer.
But, yeah. It was a super neat experience. I think I really enjoyed it.
Same
And
here.
that it's not really like... After I get all my work done this week, I'm gonna finally release my Wonderful 101 review, and I'm gonna write my Stanley Parable one. And I don't know how... It's gonna be really weird to review that game because there's really nothing else to compare it to except for Dear Esther, but Dear Esther was bad, and so the Stanley Parable looks flawless within its like genre, I guess.
It doesn't really have a genre, which is weird.
Yeah, like there's one other game to compare it to, and that one was bad, and this one is great.
You could
So is this like a 10?
You could kind of compare it to Machine of Pigs, which would be a weird comparison, but
it's a fair comparison because it's done by the same people who did Dear Esther.
Dear Esther, yeah.
And Machine for Pigs was apparently not that good.
It was good in its own sense, but it wasn't good enough to compare to the original. But yeah, I'll be tossing out a review on Stanley Parable probably soon too. I'm just waiting on someone's voice work that's going to be in the video.
So, I guess we'll move on to what is normally like the first segment of the show. What have you been playing this week? How about you open up, Tyler? What did you play this week?
Dota.
Dota.
Oh, like, as in today I started playing Dota. Because I played a lot of League of Legends over the weekend. So I had some time with some friends. But, really not that much. I played Counter-Strike again, but I always play that.
Did you get any sick crates to sell?
I did.
Money?
I did. But the crates go down in price pretty quick.
I need to start idling crates. And then...
Yeah, that's what I usually do while I'm at school. Is I just get on an idle server. But I think they were talking about putting in like the system for idlers. I think it was just for TF2 though, where like you have to claim your item when you get it. As in it pops up and it says you have an item, you have like a certain amount of time to claim that item, and like it basically acknowledges that you're here and that you see that you have the item before you can get it. And if you don't, then you don't get it. I think I don't know if that's true or not, but they were talking about how like they want to keep the TF2 community, which I'm guessing is going to happen for Counter-Strike as well because it's the same principle, which would be kind of interesting. But
yeah, especially considering what some of that stuff goes for. Like the stat tracking skins go for like $15.
Yeah,
you can buy a game for that. Jesus.
I mean, when like a new set gets released, I mean, I've seen stuff like being auctioned for $100-ish, but like I don't know if people have bought it for that. But there's some skins that people really go for. It's mostly knives. If you have a knife stat track, or like any type of knife skin, it goes for a ton. Which would, I mean,
those knife skins are totally important, though. You know how often you knife people?
Yeah.
Never. Fucking never.
But you always have it out when you're running, so if you want to look
it looks cool.
Exactly.
You don't even have it out when you're running anymore. You just hold a pistol.
No way. Well, I mean, you switch to your knife. Yeah. But I don't know. I want to buy a couple crates just to see if I can get anything, but that's because I've been selling cards that I've been getting from other games to buy keys for crates. I don't know. It's a really stupid system I'm doing, but I don't really want to pay a ton of money to open crates. But I'm interested in having like a cool gun. But I've got a P250 skin, which is the pistol I always use, and then I have, I don't know, a couple other skins. So I'm content with it, but at the same time, it'd be cool to have some decent looking skins. But I'm not really big into spending money like that. Because I'm not a big fan of microtransactions, and I really hate, like, when talking about League of Legends, like, I know, like, a lot of my friends buy, like, skins and stuff on there, and I've played that game for quite a while, and I haven't bought anything. I'm proud of myself for that. because I don't know, I just dislike cosmetic stuff in games.
I think I'm fine with it, especially in the way that League of Legends did it, because like you can save up for a while if just playing the game and then get some of them, but then the other way you have to pay for them.
Right. I mean, like you can get champions and everything with just like in-game currency from playing the game, but then like if you want to buy any type of skin, you have to have their currency that you like exchanged for like dollars.
Oh yeah, now I remember.
But I like Dota's system of it after playing that for a couple hours today. The whole you get drops just like Counter-Strike or Team Fortress, and you also get crates. You can buy keys and all that, but you can also buy through like their shop. You can buy anything you want, so you have the choice of getting it possibly or opening it.
Yeah, and the crates in that game are like character-specific crates.
Yeah.
So it's like you get a Dragon Knight crate. When you open that crate, you get a Dragon Knight item.
Which makes sense because there's so many champions in that.
Yeah, there's over 100.
Yeah, but it's also cool because you don't have to buy the whole set. You can buy just the shoulders for something or just the weapon. So like, it's interesting.
Yeah. Like I think the cost of a set is equivalent to the cost of a skin in League, but you don't necessarily want like the whole item set. So you can just like buy a helmet for like $1.
Right. So, which I like because it's like if you don't like a certain aspect of it, you can just get what you want. But
Tyler, your webcam has frozen. Just like restart it.
I've noticed that.
Any better?
Wow, you're just spinny circle now, but
he's dead.
Yeah, you're back.
We have him.
Yay. Yeah. So that's about it. I haven't really. I don't know. I got I picked up the director's cut for Deus Ex Human Revolution. That was a mistake, but it was only like $5. It has terrible frame rate issues, and it pisses me off because I know it's not my card, and they know it's the game, and on their like FAQ they're like, here's a regedit fix for it that people have seen, and we're gonna work on a fix for it for a patch. I'm like, I had the exact same problem with Deus Ex too, like when I got that one. So it's kind of frustrating, but
get wrecked.
But yeah, but that game's not really that much different, and I thought it had more content in it. I guess the cool thing though is that they mix the Missing Link, that DLC that was standalone, is now like part of the game, and I think they'd like add some story to it somehow, so like it fits better. Is my mic like completely messing up? Because my camera is just like
your mic's fine. Your camera's flickering.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
It's doing its own thing.
Huh.
This is a cursed podcast. I'm telling you right now. I've got like a hard drive that seems I don't even have a hard drive that's dying on me. I have a hard drive fucking controller a static controller is dying on me. I've got fucking just like Jesus. Last week's though went off without a hitch. Fucking first time in like a month. I just re-encoded the goddamn video file that XSplit gave me, and everything worked beautifully. Jesus, it took me like 5 minutes to edit the podcast last week, and then like another 20 minutes to like render it. Every week before that, it's just like, oh, this file's not gonna work in Premiere today, so I can't edit it, and now I have to use Vegas, and Vegas is just gonna fail for 20 renders and freeze my computer, and it's just like, oh my god, what is happening? But last week, it's like, I'm just gonna re-encode this with Handbrake this week and say fuck it, and like re-encoded the video, put it in Premiere, it's like, oh look, it works.
Oh jeez. Gotta love video editing.
Yeah, especially when you're just using shit out of XSplit, because XSplit just never does anything correctly.
Thankfully, I've never had to do any of that.
XSplit records in variable frame rate. Nothing records in variable frame rate. So nothing supports editing in variable frame rate. The like only other thing that records in variable frame rate is like the iPhone camera.
Oh my god.
Specifically when you're just recording slow-mo stuff. Because it's like, it just doesn't record a bunch of frames if like nothing's moving very quickly.
That's weird.
Whatever. So what have you played this week besides the Stanley Parable?
I've been throwing pretty much all of my time into the new Phoenix Wright game.
Is it good?
It's
Well, I'm
really
assuming it's good.
It's really good. I'm getting into it. I'm on this. I just finished the second case of the game, which is like, there's in most of the Phoenix Wright games, there's 4 or 5 chapters. So I just finished the second chapter, and I spent like all day playing it. So I probably put like 6-7 hours into just that one case. Never mind the first one before that. And I still got 2 or 3 more to finish. So it's a long game, and it's good.
I think I'm gonna have to pick that up when I inevitably get a 3DS.
Yeah, I was a bit upset that it's only digital download.
Okay, I'm really happy that Nintendo is moving into more digital stuff because it means that we're getting games in North America way earlier than we would ever get them before if we would have got them at all. Like,
yeah, this is true.
Fuck, what game was it that I bought? It was Fist of the North Star Ken's Rage 2. I bought that on Wii U just because that game is so silly. It's exactly like Dynasty Warriors, except when you punch people, their bodies explode.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. And it's based on a real awful anime.
Especially since I'm a huge fan of Dynasty Warriors, that sounds glorious.
But that's a game that that's a digital download game only, and on every single platform that it was released on. It would never have come to North America had it not been for digital download. So it's just like, thank you. I think it's on PS3 actually as well. And it's like, it's made by the exact same people who made Dynasty Warrior, and it's fucking stupid. I bought that game and like beat it in a night.
The only thing that bugs me about the digital downloads is that I didn't have I didn't want to use my credit card to buy it, so I had to go to the store and then pick up like a $35 like points card. Now I got like $2 sitting on my on my online store that I can't buy anything with because nothing's $2.
I like that Nintendo doesn't use points though.
Yeah,
like anymore at least.
Switch from that.
When they moved to like 3DS and Wii U, they're like, we don't do points anymore. Real money. It was like, thank you. Now I know what things cost.
Yeah. That was... I don't know why that even started. Whose brilliant idea that was.
It's a legal workaround for releasing your marketplace in a bunch of countries without paying to, like, get it all set up and to work around, like... So, when you release your marketplace in a certain like region and use their currency, you have to follow their like merchant laws, and that can be hard. And you also need to seek approval from the region. Like, there's a bunch of legal fees like behind releasing your marketplace, or you can just use points, release it globally, and then laugh at everyone and not follow any of their laws because you don't use money.
That's ridiculous.
And so, last gen, when they were still trying to, like, the first gen that was really, like, allowed for digital downloads, they did that because they thought it would work, and then no one liked it. And now they're not doing it.
It's good.
Because it doesn't work. It's a huge goddamn hassle.
Pretty much. It's like, this DLC's worth 1,600 Microsoft points. Like, great, how much fucking money's that?
Yeah, especially when the value of points kind of, like, slightly changed over time.
Yeah.
I feel like they got cheaper.
Yeah, they did. Because I remember, like, when I used to get, like, the 4,000 points or whatever, it was, like, $40. And then the next time I went to go buy it, it was, like, $30. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and then you just kind of feel, like, ripped off. Because it's not even, like, an item went on sale. Like, if I buy a game and it goes on sale, I'm like, okay. But if you buy a currency to spend on anything, and then it goes, like, slightly down in a permanent fashion, it's like, you just devalued everything on the store.
Yeah.
So, did you play anything else besides the new Phoenix Wright?
Um, I think that's actually been it. Uh, I have played a little bit of Pokemon, but
I was gonna
like I
say you're
don't.
like the only person I know who didn't play Pokemon this week.
I know. No, I didn't. I didn't get it. My friend has it though, so I just picked up his 3DS and I was playing it a little bit.
I've heard it's really good and that it's worth buying.
Uh,
I heard it's even worth buying a 3DS for.
I haven't. I haven't played Pokemon since like Silver. So
yeah, but I
I'm
feel
not
like this
in
is the one
craze.
that they want us to come back in on. There's
That's
all
that's
of
what
the
I've
Pokemon.
heard.
It sounds
That's
like they're
what people
trying
have
to
said.
get like the first gens like players back in. They're like,
Yeah.
you get 2 starters and one of them's first gen. It's like, damn.
I was looking into buying it, but then I bought Phoenix Wright instead, and I don't regret it. And then my next payment will probably be Link Between Worlds.
Yeah, Link Between Worlds looks really good. I'm excited for that. I think that's going to be what gets me to buy a 3DS. Like, that's going to be my pushing point. Because
Yeah,
I'm going to get the limited edition 3DS because I don't have a 3DS yet, so I might as well buy that.
all the other reviewers that I hang out with, they were all playing Mario Kart 7, and I'd be sitting there going like, I don't have a 3DS. So that was what made me go out and buy it. I was like, well, I want to play Mario Kart with you guys. So I went out and bought a 3DS and bought Mario Kart 7, and that by itself was well worth it.
Yeah, but I have a Wii U and Mario Kart 8 is so close.
Yeah, this is true.
So it's like I don't need a 3DS for Mario Kart 7. Plus like I have Mario Kart 64.
Mario
And
Kart
friends
64
to play
is
it
the
with
shit.
frequently. So
That game is so good. I wish I still had a copy of it.
yeah, I got a copy of it in like a bundle of N64 games that I just bought blindly off eBay, and there was 8 games in it, and 6 of them were good, 2 of them were shit. 2 of them are like, one of them's a golf game and one of them's a basketball game, and then the other then there was like Rush 2 in there, Rush San Francisco. Okay, there were all the Rush games in it, just so you know. And then I think there was Ocarina of Time, Banjo-Kazooie, and GoldenEye. And I got it for like $12 off eBay.
I went out and I was just going around garage sales one day, and I wasn't finding anything. And then the last place I checked, I hit the mother load. I picked up like a NES, Super Mario Bros, and then like Banjo-Kazooie, Pokemon Snap, and a bunch of other like really good N64 games. And then I got a bunch of Dreamcast games. I picked it up for like $40. I'm like,
Sick.
damn! Like
I wanna
just
get
the
a
NES console
Dreamcast
by
again.
itself.
I want to get a Dreamcast again so bad.
I picked one up. No, my friend gave me one for free, and I was like, okay. And I don't. It's amazing.
I want to get a
I love the
Dreamcast
Dreamcast.
and Jet Set Radio.
I
Even though the
recently-
HD remake is way, way better than the original, just because they added dual joystick support, so it actually works right.
some
camera
I don't
control,
remember who
so
it was,
good.
but someone gifted to me on Steam, just like a random person who watched my videos. They gifted it to me on Steam, and I'm like, yes. And I started playing it. It's pretty good.
It's really good because the camera works.
Yeah.
It's like just the jump to dual joystick, amazing. Plus, it fixes a lot of the shit with like the graffiti and stuff, and it's so good. And it was really hard. It's harder than I remembered. But
Yeah, I got
whatever.
I got to one level, and it was just super hard, and I was like, how am I gonna beat this?
There's a race to get beat that is required. That race is so hard, it literally took me a month.
Oh my god.
I actually had to like look up online all of the secrets, like all the shortcuts to beat him, because
Oh.
I just couldn't remember how to do it. Like, it was so fucking maddening, because you just get to this staircase, and he's like, I'm gonna grind up the whole thing, and you're like, I can't get enough speed in this fucking half pipe to grind up the staircase, and he's just gone. And then you have to pull like a huge jump. It was super enraging.
I can't. I don't even want to imagine.
But Jesus, So this week, I played. This week, Blizzard decided, even though I was really, really busy, that I was not going to do any of the things that I actually needed to do.
Did they give you Hearthstone?
Yes.
I just signed up for the beta a couple days ago.
If you're not playing a Blizzard game actively, you're probably not going to get in.
Yeah, this is true.
Like, I'm playing WoW again for the first time in a lot of years. And then they sent me a Hearthstone key, so now I'm probably going to stop playing WoW because I don't have enough time because I'm playing Hearthstone. Actually, I've been playing a lot of digital CCGs, and Hearthstone, everyone's saying it's really, really good, and I do enjoy it, but they don't give you, like, you don't progress through cards fast enough. Like, you don't get cards fast enough.
Yeah.
I've been playing a game called Soulforge as well, and I think I like that more, but it's only because I played more of it, and so I actually understand the whole game. I'm still learning Hearthstone, but
As someone who's like really into card games, I am really excited to try out Hearthstone and see how it plays.
it's a lot like Magic, but like simplified.
Yeah, I have. I can't say I play Magic a lot, but like I know the game and I know how like the decks and I know how to play it. I don't play it a lot. I'm more of the Yu-Gi-Oh guy, so.
Yeah, we like at my school, people pretty much only play Magic, so.
At
And
my school, it's kind of like 50-50. It's like there's on the second floor, there's like 4 tables, and usually like one of them is like 10 people playing a giant group match of Magic the Gathering, and the other 2 tables are like Yu-Gi-Oh one-on-one duels, and then the 4th table is actual people studying for class.
oh, who studies for class?
I know.
Oh, what a bunch of tryhards. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Hearthstone this week, even though I have a huge like database assignment due Tuesday or Wednesday.
Mhm.
If I don't do well on that assignment, I'm probably gonna fail the course.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah. But it's just because
Well,
I don't
it's
know
Hearthstone.
relational algebra, so I fucking bombed the first assignment.
Oh,
So it's just like,
that
oh,
sounds complicated.
it's not even
But-
hard. It's just I don't know the notation at all. So I'm just like, I don't know how to do this at all. Fuck it. And if this were sequel, I could totally do it. I know the logic. I want to fucking pick these, compare them with this. How do I do this? I don't know. I basically didn't leave enough time to learn it. I also have a hard time getting up before noon, so I miss the class a lot. But
Oh, poor you. All my classes start at like 8.
Yeah.
what's wrong with you people? That's
I
what I did in my
chose-
first year of school, and I was like, this is never happening again. Because if my class is at 8, then I have to get up at like 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm a morning person though, so it works out for me.
I'm up until fucking 4 in the morning. I can't be up in
Same
another
here.
hour.
That's pretty much how it is for me. I'm up till like 2 or 4, and then I have to get up at like 6 for school. And I'm like, why do I do this to myself? There's a bug in my room.
I feel you. There's a ton around me. A bunch of ladybugs.
I know. That's the fucking same problem here.
My-
I
That's the
can't get
second
rid
one
of
I've
them.
seen.
I kill them and then they multiply. They're
I
like,
just killed one, and now I see another one on my roof. I'm like,
My room's filthy, but there ain't no bugs in it.
they come through my window. Apparently the screen doesn't work. It doesn't keep them out.
My window's wide open, doesn't have a screen.
I have my
No bugs.
That's the trick.
No
I have
bugs.
my I have my air conditioner in my window still. I have to take it out because there's like a little tiny hole in the corner that they're probably getting
They
through.
probably just file through that thing.
Oh my god. No, I'm gonna wake up to like 20 ladybugs on my face.
That's my fear.
That's your biggest fear in life?
Not like my
Ladybugs.
biggest, but like I'm really, I don't know. I get really freaked out about bugs. I don't
Is
like them.
Is your
No, they don't
biggest is your actual biggest fear dying alone?
Oh.
Yeah?
Wait, what? No, wait. Wait.
He's
No.
having trouble thinking about this one.
Yeah. It's not.
I'm glad to hear.
What are we doing here? I'm confused.
Not
We're
talking
contemplating.
about video games.
Oh,
What was this podcast about again?
yeah. This is the nature and bug
Ladybug.
podcast.
It's
Yeah.
it's about Japanese sexual fetishes. I'm just saying.
Oh, no wonder we got on the topic of ladybugs.
I'm in the wrong.
We're really off topic for discussing Japanese sexual fetish culture, but man, video games. So yeah, I've been playing like a ton of Hearthstone. You don't get cards fast enough in that game. It takes a long time. If you win 3 matches, they give you 10 gold. A pack of cards costs 100 gold. So you gotta win 30 matches.
I was watching.
Like, the best way is to play Arena, which is just like a draft mode,
Yeah.
which costs 150 gold. So you gotta win you've gotta win 45 matches. Or no, not 45. I'm sorry, that's wrong. No, it is. It is right, isn't it? Yeah, it is right. 45.
Probably not.
You gotta win 45 matches.
I was watching a
And-
guy that I usually watch stream. He was streaming it last night. And he's like, I need 5 gold. And it took him like fucking an hour and 30 minutes just to get like 5 gold.
Yeah, it takes forever. And so, like, probably the best way is to play Arena. But if you, like, get fucked in the draft, like the last 2 times that I've done Arena, where it's like, I have no low-level taunts, so I'm just gonna lose all 3 matches. Or, not 3 matches, but I'm gonna lose, like, my first 3 matches. And then I'm not gonna get any gold back. And so, it basically, like, you have to win 7 matches to, like, make it worthwhile. But if you lose 3, your Arena run is over. You're done. And so it's just like, if like the random number goddess just decides to fuck you over, then that's how it is, and you've wasted 50 gold that you could have just like saved up, because it costs 150 gold to do it, and it guarantees you like a card pack at the end. But card packs only cost 100 gold. So if you get screwed, get the worst draft deck ever, and then, like, just lose 3 matches, then it's like, well, I might as well have just bought a deck. Or not a deck, but a pack of cards. Like a booster pack. And so it's just like, it's the only digital card game that I've played where you don't get where, like, it's hard enough to get cards that you feel like you need to buy them. Everything else, like, gives you a good set of cards, like, pretty frequently. The only time that it's worth buying cards is, like, if you want to guarantee that you get, like, a rare card.
What's the other card game that you were talking about earlier?
Soul Forge. SOL, and then Forge. And it's free to play, and it's on Steam, and it's on iPads.
I'll have to check it out.
They give you cards all the time. They give you, like, enough points to buy 3 booster packs a day, plus they give you like another 4 booster packs a day. So you can pretty much get like you can get like easily 4 to 7 booster packs a day of cards. And they'll usually give you like the lowest level of booster packs, which are the only ones that you can buy with points. So you don't get like a lot of like, there's 4 tiers of cards. You don't get like a lot of the high tier cards, but every once in a while they'll throw you like the most like 1 booster pack from the most expensive type of booster pack, and like it's guaranteed to have like a legendary card in it.
Nice.
And so like you can build a deck in like a week, like a specialized really strong deck after like a week of playing the game. Whereas Hearthstone, I played it all week. I have 1 okay deck. And it's like my stupid priest deck that only works out okay if I draw like the right cards kind of like late early game, because if I draw them in mid game, then I overdraw my deck and kill myself.
I forget who. I think it was Mage, Paladin, and something else are like the three like top tier characters right now from what I've heard in that game.
Probably Mage, Paladin, and Priest. They're all
Yeah, that
pretty
I
good.
think it was Priest.
Mage isn't as good as Paladin. Paladin is without a doubt the best. But that game needs some balance changes. Rogues were totally OP, and then they got nerfed. They're awful. I had they give you like a daily quest, which means that you have to like win a bunch of games with a certain class.
Yeah.
And mine yesterday was Rogue. Oh my god, it took me like fucking 3 hours. Because it's just like I would get into a game, and then I would like within the first 5 moves, I'm like, okay, well I lost. Because my the class is so awful.
Oh my god, I don't know. I hate when it happens like that, where there's that one thing that's just super OP compared to everything else. But sometimes it just can't be helped.
Well, they just need to balance the class abilities.
Yeah, but then usually
it's
when
literally
you
like
balance what usually happens is when you balance something, then something else becomes OP, and then they're like, well, now we got. It's hard sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially when if they keep adding new shit into the game, then they got to deal with that too.
Yeah. But I played a bunch of Hearthstone. I played Stanley Parable. We already talked about that.
Yeah.
And I played Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines.
How's that?
That's my favorite game of all time, so it was really fun. Because that's a really good game.
I'll have to check it out.
It's the first Source Engine game that was ever made. But it wasn't allowed to release before Half-Life 2 because of like contractual obligations, even though it was done 6 months earlier.
Huh.
Because it's by Activision.
Oh, okay.
Before Activision had Call of Duty. And so, yeah, it's like a Deus Ex style role-playing game.
Huh.
And it's like the first Deus Ex, the original one. And it's just really good. And it's got vampires and werewolves and inquisitors and vampire hunters and mages and warlocks and
Beautiful.
and it's based in modern times. It's super fun. Unlike the other Vampire the Masquerade game, which is terrible.
Was it the previous one, or was it like a sequel?
I think it came later, even though it looks much older.
Makes no sense.
Probably a smaller budget
Yeah.
and a way worse engine. Like Vampire the Masquerade was made with Source Engine. The other game looks more comparable to Half-Life 1 than it does to like
Ooh.
anything in the Source Engine. But I'm pretty sure it came after. But yeah, Vampire the Masquerade is based on World of Darkness, which is like a pen and paper RPG. And it's like my favorite game universe, just because it's kind of Lovecraftian. It's got demons and monsters and based in modern times. It's kind of cool.
Sounds pretty sweet.
But
No,
I play that game and I beat it probably once a year, and I thought, Halloween, why not?
The one game that I used to play a lot that it's kind of like that with the monsters in the future and all that. It's Legendary for the Xbox. It was a good game. It was pretty much like they opened up I forget what it was. Pretty much they opened up something and it like released all the mythical creatures onto the world.
So we should probably jump into news.
Lightning round.
What?
It's a lightning round.
Lightning round?
Yeah.
Oh no.
We've got to do this fast.
No, I mean, well, relatively.
So, I guess this is something I'm excited about, even though you probably aren't at all.
Nope.
So, Pendleton Ward is doing voice acting for Broken Age, the Double Fine adventure game.
I have no idea what Pendleton Ward is.
There's a new.
He's
Double
the
Fine game
creator
coming out.
of Adventure Time.
That would be the headline that I read.
Yeah?
And I was like, I knew I read an announcement about that. No, that was the same guy.
I'm more excited about a new Double Fine game. Wait, I didn't even hear about this.
They kickstarted last year. They kickstarted, or no, I guess it was this year. We're not in 2014
Oh yeah,
yet.
now
They
I remember
kickstarted
that.
an adventure game.
Yeah,
And Pendleton Ward's doing voice acting work as well as some other people from Adventure Time.
Does
Oh.
he actually do voice acting work for Adventure Time?
Your
or-
mic is totally cut out, or my headset cut out.
it was him.
It was
Dang
him.
it.
Okay, say it again, Tyler.
Does he do voice acting for Adventure Time, or is he just the creator?
I don't think he does.
Okay.
But I'm super stoked for that game, and I wish it was out because Tim Schafer makes some amazing adventure games.
He does. I love all of his work. I want Psychonauts too.
Yeah, maybe it'll happen one day.
Maybe. I remember him saying he wants to work on Brutal Legend 2, which would be sweet.
I don't know how I would feel about Brutal Legend 2, because the first one was kind of just okay.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, but the RTS stuff was all really fucked up.
The RTS stuff is a lot better on the PC, surprisingly. Well, not really
Wow.
surprisingly.
That makes sense because you have a mouse.
Yeah. Speaking of controller RTS, what are you guys thinking of that? This new Steam controller.
We've talked about that a couple times. I think it, without having used it, I think it looks better than traditional joysticks for specific genres, but not as good as mouse and keyboard.
That's pretty much what I'm thinking.
But
Interesting, but possibly and probably expensive. Is what I'm seeing.
Only time will tell.
so this week we kind of found out about performance of the next gen consoles slightly. So it's been confirmed that Call of Duty Ghosts on the PS4 is in 1080p, while on the Xbone it is only 720.
Oh no.
I know, right?
Oh no, the graphics, the difference in quality, we're all gonna die.
Well, it's
Yeah, it's
Well,
it's not, if you can't go from like current consoles are sub 720p, like current gen ones, I guess, like the Xbox
Yeah.
and the PS3. They are less than 720p in pretty much all of the games that they run, and they upscale to 720, and then the TV upscales to 1080. And if you're buying like a new $400, $500 piece of hardware, you would expect it to be able to do games that are on current gen consoles at 1080p, because like
yeah.
that's the standard resolution, and so it's kind of disappointing. And then you had a bunch of other developers this week talking about the Xbox One and how it's never going to be able to, like, even though it has like very similar specs, because of the way that resources are managed and how they're split up, there's no way that the Xbone will ever be able to compete with the PS4's like performance, and that you're going to really consistently see that games on the Xbox One are at a lower res or have less stable frame rate than they do on the PS4.
I'm not really surprised by that. I feel like the PlayStation's always had a higher quality when it came to performance. I feel like the PS3 ran
except for
better
last
than
gen.
I
PS3
think
ran awful because cell processing was a stupid idea.
I think it ran better in an offline mode than in an like online mode. PS3, every time I tried it was horrible. But whenever I played it offline, it seemed to work a lot better than my original Xbox. Maybe it was just me, but I don't know.
Yeah, I just know that like the PS3 has like a lot of problems because of the processor.
Yeah.
That, well, at least within the first 6 years of its lifespan. Not this year though. Too bad it's off the market. Or, well, it's not off the market, but it's going to be leaving it soon.
Yeah.
So, talking about Call of Duty Ghosts, they've got a alien mode.
Oh,
Oh my god.
I was gonna call it a zombie mode, but they're not zombies, and I can't remember what it's called. It looks like it's just horde mode though, with aliens.
Oh god.
there's a progression system too, isn't there?
Yeah.
Sweet, man.
I stay away from Call of Duty.
Because it's awful.
Pretty much. I don't like I used to be big into Call of Duty, like Modern Warfare 2, but after that I stopped playing it.
So
I was into it competitively a little bit in Black Ops, but that was like the end of it.
nice train, Tyler.
That would be
It's not
me.
Oh, that's
It's not
you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tyler used to live next to a train.
It
I
is
still,
me this
I
time.
still do.
You
though.
still do?
It's way closer. It's probably 100 feet from me, as opposed to like 100 yards. It's really close.
So we finally got word about Fortnite from Epic for the first
No
time
way.
in like fucking a year.
Where
Yeah.
was I?
Where were you? I don't know. Not on Rock Paper Shotgun.
Dang it.
So it's now being developed by the guys who did Bulletstorm, which, oh god, who did Bulletstorm?
Oh shit! I have the case right here. Maybe.
It's like, oh yeah, People Can Fly.
Yeah.
And now they're called like Epic Games Poland.
Epic Games Poland. It
Yeah,
was a good game. Not gonna lie.
Bulletstorm.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think it was cool single player, and that it would have been better if people actually played it multiplayer,
Yeah.
at least on PC. But Fortnite was like a pretty cool game, and now that got announced last year, and fucking like we didn't see anything for a whole year.
It's nice to finally
But
see
I guess
something.
I guess it still exists. They still didn't show us anything. They're just like, guys, this game it exists. It is not dead. Don't worry.
I'm still waiting for the exact same message, but for The Last Guardian.
I'm sorry to say, I don't think that game is coming out.
No. Okay, well, I need something from the people who made Shadow of the Colossus. Just give me anything.
So, Steam released account information, I guess user base information this week for their 10th anniversary. Steam is 10 years old now.
Jesus.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
That's...
And so they now have 65 million accounts,
Oh.
and there is a 30% growth since last year.
Damn.
Really?
Yes,
That's a lot.
which is that's a huge growth. In fact, Steam easily trumps Xbox Live in user base. So Xbox Live only has 45 million users, while Steam has 65 million.
Damn. What's PlayStation got?
I don't have
No
a
idea.
clue.
I was gonna say it'd probably be more fair comparing it to PlayStation since they're both free. Xbox you have to pay for.
And another.
There's two types of Xbox Live accounts, but
Oh, they're
whenever you have an
silver and
Xbox,
gold.
you're registered for an Xbox Live account because you have like silver.
Oh, I didn't know they'd include silver in that too.
I don't know why they wouldn't if they want to say they have lots of users.
This is true.
So, South Park: The Stick of Truth
Yes.
was delayed again until 2014, even though
That's
they
not
told
too
us
bad.
it was coming out December 10th.
I know. I saw that. And I got excited. But if they're delaying it, I can deal with that. Probably to make it better. Hopefully,
Or make
this
it
ladybug
work.
is pissing me off.
Oh man, I forgot. We'll do this next week. We'll talk about all of these Witcher screenshots next week because I didn't download them and put them in the template. There's 65 of them, so at least one of them has to be new.
Whoa, that's quite a few.
We'll have to talk about it next week because I don't have it in the template. Oh man. So about that Steam thing, 0.9% of the global population has a Steam account.
0.9.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. It's a big percentage of people. If you think about everyone in the world.
So wait. 90.
0.9.
Yeah,
0.9%.
0.9. Yeah, I thought. Okay, I was mixing up my numbers.
It's 0.9 of 7 billion. That's.
It's a lot of people.
Yep.
So, oh Jesus, what was the last thing that I was gonna say? Was it that Steam thing?
Maybe.
I guess it was the Steam thing. I can't remember what there was another story. There wasn't a lot of stories this week. Oh, PS4. They announced they released a FAQ and announced a bunch of stuff. The FAQ being really useful. Is that your train?
Yep.
Oh,
That
man.
one's louder and scarier.
Yeah.
Two trains and a.
I think it's a passenger, so they don't really blare their horns much in their apartments. It's so loud.
So, they announced a huge thing about what is going to be on the PS4 when it releases and what you need to do. So, basically every single feature that they've talked about for the PS4 is not on version 1.0 of the OS.
Oh.
There is a huge patch coming out day one that changes the version to 1.5, and you need to download and install it to play multiplayer. As in you can't access the multiplayer games, multiplayer online, without downloading this patch. But
No.
if you want to play online video games, then you should have internet to download the patch.
Now, hopefully, their patch times are a lot faster than they were on the PS3.
Yeah, hopefully. To download patches in the background. To go into a yeah. To do partial download play. So when you download World of Warcraft, it downloads a gig of it of the 15 gig game, and it's you can play now, and it keeps downloading it while you're playing the game. That's what you can do with some games on the PS4. It changes from game to game, because some games you just wouldn't be able to do that. So that functionality is going to be added in. Do you need it for playing Blu-rays and DVDs? There's actually a really good reason for that. It's not because the functionality is not there. It's that when you release a console, every time that you want to you have to register you have to pay licensing fees for every time that it's used, for every system that's used as a Blu-ray player or a DVD player. So they could either pay the licensing fee for every single one that they manufacture, or for every person who registers it. And so the patch is very much just the registration of it, and not...
Yeah, it just sucks for people who don't have internet and want to play Blu-rays on their PS4.
You can contact support.
Oh, okay.
On the phone, and they send you a disc.
That's nice.
The Xbox, the original one, did the same thing. You used to have to buy this peripheral. It plugged into the front port in a controller port, and it had an IR receiver on it, and he bought a controller. All that IR receiver did, besides work with the with the remote control, was that it activated the DVD player. It registered the license, and so every single Xbox could play DVDs, but they just didn't want to pay the licensing fee for every Xbox they manufactured. Damn it, Tyler, stop typing. Stop it.
I need suppressors for my keys.
You need to just get a not mechanical keyboard to use during the podcast. You're just like me. I need to get one as well.
I'll borrow one from work.
Just take one. So, God, what else did they... I can't find this stupid blog post because they're like, we aren't gonna post shit anymore in a, like, seemly fashion. Okay. Oh, God. Ugh.
Oh no.
I'm on their site. Terrible things are happening. I don't...
You just got hacked by Sony.
Whatever. I don't need this stuff. I can remember some of it off the top of my head. So, yeah, you need to download this huge patch to play multiplayer, play DVDs and Blu-rays. Go into like the background down. You can't do background patching. You can't do partial play. And then there's another feature that they were announced that they were... Oh, you can't do remote play where, like, the person, like... Another person, like, watches you playing or, like, plays for you. Like, your friend plays a portion of a game for you because you're bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember them talking about that.
You won't be able to do that without the patch. Oh, God. Twitch streaming won't work without the patch. God. And then there's two things that aren't even going to be in the game yet. Or, like, on the system yet. So, one, they have the system HDCP locked. So you cannot capture footage off of the console. Whether you're playing a game, or watching a Blu-ray, or whatever, you can't use a capture card to record it.
That's weird.
They did the same thing with the PS3. But it was a blanket thing that lasted the whole generation, and you still can't capture PS3 footage. Unless you have, like, a specific... There's certain capture cards that can break the HDCP signal, which is highly illegal, but you can do it.
That's weird.
But, it's just across their blanket, like, just... It's on the PS3. It's to stop people from playing them in, like, Blu-rays and recording them, and then ripping them, like using that to rip the Blu-rays, because you can't record Blu-ray footage, like you can't capture Blu-ray players either, because they use HDCP, and the PS3 and the PS4 both use it. But
so, does that work only for Blu-rays, or is that including like the games?
Until they patch it in later, it also includes the games. And with the PS3, it's been like that since the beginning of the generation, and you can't capture off it at all unless you have like a very specific capture card that manages to break it.
Because I know my my Hotpod can capture PS3 stuff.
I know a lot of capture cards can't.
That's weird.
So, what else? And then you can't do... They don't have, like, the low power state resuming. So, one of the, like, features that they touted about the PS4, like, back in February, was that you can, like, pause a game and then just, like, go into a low power state where, the game is still basically paused, leave for, like, a day, and it will be in basically, like, a standby mode, and then just, like, pick up the controller and start playing again without like doing a reboot and everything.
So kind of like the sleep mode with the PSPs.
Yeah. And that's a feature that they've been touting since February, but it's not going to be there even after the patch on day one.
I don't know. I feel like that's not that big of an issue. For the fact that they said that's going to have it and that won't initially, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't see myself using that too much, but
yeah, but it's still like, why can't you be there?
Yeah, it probably won't take them too long to get it in. Probably a couple months. They'll probably have it in by like Christmas.
Maybe. But yes, that was the big news that Sony announced this week was, hey guys, there's a gigantic patch that everyone needs. And you need the internet.
It's not too bad. Pretty much most of the people who have a PlayStation are going to have the internet anyways.
Well, it's very much like, had Microsoft done it, I think everyone would be really, really mad.
Yeah.
But they didn't do it. So it's kind of okay. So that was like the last big piece of news for this week.
There's a good amount of news for today. Well, this week.
Yeah. I'm scared, man. We're like a week away from consoles. It's crazy.
You've just
Jeez,
been flying by.
my friend already got like his PS4 controllers and his PS4 games in the mail. He's just waiting for the PS4 now.
Yeah, they released this week. They released the controllers and they released the Killzone Shadowfall or whatever.
Yeah.
It's weird that the games are already in stock and on the store, like on shelves and ready to buy and for sale. It's like there is literally nothing you can play these with for another 2 weeks. It comes out on the 15th, man. So close.
That's crazy. Do both consoles come out on the 15th, or is it just the one?
The Xbox One comes out on the 22nd.
Damn. I can't deal with it. No.
It comes out like within a week of the PS4. I could be
My
wrong
plan-
on it being the 22nd because that sounds like Black Friday.
Yeah.
And the Xbox One comes out before Black Friday. So
My,
it could be out like on the Tuesday because PS4 comes out on a Friday. Xbox One could be out like 4 days later.
My
You're not putting
big
the Xbox
plan. My big plan was to wait until the PS4 comes out, and then everyone's gonna sell their PS3, and I can get a PS3 for really cheap.
You could do that.
I don't own a PS3 yet, and I want to get one because I haven't played like any of the games for the system. Well, any like the standalone games for the system.
I think that they'll probably get even cheaper at retailers too. Like they'll probably get down to like $100.
Yeah.
Not
Which will be
necessarily
nice.
with any games, but
Yeah.
I mean, what are they going to pack in with a PS3 at this point? Anyways, none of them are going to be like the games that you actually want to play.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to play? Like Ni no Kuni? That's not going to be a pack-in title ever. So I guess it's time that we wrap this up now that this is a 4 gig recording. Oh, Jesus.
Holy cow.
Damn.
Yeah. So, I guess it's time to wrap up this week's episode of the podcast. So,
Alrighty.
thanks for coming on, Joe.
No problem. It was nice to be here. I enjoyed it.
You were a great guest. You talked a lot.
Thanks. This is my
Take
first
some notes,
podcast.
Scarfulu. Get your shit together.
This is my first podcast, so it was a little nerve-wracking, but it was cool. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was super fun. We talked a lot. Things got said.
Yeah.
I think that's really what you're supposed to do during a podcast.
Say words.
Say words.
Sometimes make a sentence.
And so, yeah, it was really great having you on. And there's some other stuff we'll have to talk about, but we'll figure it out after. Just like thumbnail shit. But
Yeah.
I've been Ryan. Down there has been Joe. Over there has been Tyler. My camera's reversed, so I don't know what I'm doing. Fucking Skype smeared it. But I've been Ryan. They've been people. This has been the 37th episode of the Dapper Gaming Podcast for November 3rd, and we will see you guys again next week.